everyone, my name is Michelina Vatisas and welcome to Erongo Talk. Today we are live from Westside High School and we'll be joined by the principal and we'll have a few study tips as well from the learners. So stay tuned for the calendar day. In your news today, we have the Teachers' Day, which was celebrated in Walvis Bay on the 5th of October under the theme Teachers' Role in Education Recovery Post-COVID-19. Now, the Erongo Governor, Neville Andre, saluted teachers for their immense contribution to the country, saying Namibians should show more appreciation for their teachers. He said, our teachers deserve extra support through both monetary and non-monetary measures for their tenacity, expertise, and staying power. Andre also applauded teachers from the region that, despite challenges such as online learning, managed to produce some of the top-performing schools in the country for grade 12 in 2020. Now, in the Erongo region, 209 teachers were infected with COVID-19, 200 recovered, and 9 teachers succumbed to the virus. 55 support staff were infected, 52 recovered, and 3 sadly lost their lives. Now, Humbu highlighted some of the challenges faced by teachers while emphasizing that poor working conditions and the unilateral removal of incentives for qualified teachers in the remote areas does not sit well with the union. He said, we call upon government to speed up the process of negotiating when it comes to low salaries by considering teachers' demands. Humbu also called for support from the Minister of Education. For our second news story, we had challenging learners with mathematical skills competition. Now, in 2021, the 2021 Bank Coastal Maths Challenge hosted its final round at Namib High School in Swakopmund on Wednesday. The event saw grade 8 to 10 learners from Swakopmund and Walvis Bay Secondary School clusters compete in mathematics skills challenges. This maths challenge exposed the learners to problem solving in a challenging and fun context since 2014. It regularly motivates teachers and learners to engage in problem solving activities periodically. Now, the challenge organizer, Margaret Courtney Clark of Horizon Educational Services, and said, and I quote, I wish mathematical problem solving would receive more attention in schools because problem solving can lead to an appreciation for the power of mathematics. The best performing school, based on the average mark of all school learners, went to International School Walvis Bay with a score of 47.86%. Pro-Ed Academy reached 45.3%, while Walvis Bay Private High School scored 42.74% overall. Now, based on the average mark of all participating learners from the cluster, Walvis Bay won by a narrow margin of 41.6% compared to Swakopmund's 40.1%. Third and last, we have our GAP program, which the Dome Academies offer various programs to help school leavers unleash their full potential. These include a gap year program, the Elite Athletes Academy, and the Fitness Instructors program, which is called the Fit Pro. According to Lawrence van Wyk, a director of the academies, the Swakopmund-based institution is open throughout the year and caters for students aged between 17 and 23 who want to take a gap year. The gap year program starts in February and ends in December 2020, whereas the registration should be done before November 2021. Van Wyk said that the aim is to prepare school leavers for adult life while having a lots of fun. He said that during the program, students normally discover themselves, their strength, hidden passion, and gain clarity about which career to choose. In the first phase, which takes place over the first year, they do career guidance to prepare them for the coming years. Now, individuals can then, for example, try out the fitness internship program that is offered in the second term. The fitness program then prepares candidates to be fitness instructors, and the cost of 5,950 for 11 months includes access to facilities such as free lunch and a gym. However, it excludes accommodation. And that was it for your news for today. Welcome viewers to Erongo Talk. My name is Micheline Navatises, and as Leah introduced me on Monday, I'll be the new face for Thursdays, as it's all about schools. Now, speaking about schools, I'm next to a principal of Westside High School, Miss Veneza Rheeder. Welcome, and thank you so much for inviting us into your space. So can you tell us a bit about yourself and how you ended up here at Westside High School?
Okay, thanks for according me the platform. As I have already introduced myself in the past, I'm Veneza Rheeder, an ordinary village girl from Okombai. I like to always call myself that. It was hard work, diligence and perseverance that brought me here to chair or to sit in this prestigious chair, if I have to put it that way. Okay, so yeah, I was a head of department at Ngara Primary School in Walvis Bay for 8 years before I grabbed this title. Yeah, so I started last year November as the school principal of Westside High. It's more or less 330 days that I have been in this chair. And that's me in a nutshell.
In a nutshell, so definitely an experience of 8 years, and now your experience of you being in this industry, education industry. Yeah, so can you tell us a bit about your achievements as a principal here at Westside High School?
Okay, if I have to talk about achievements as a principal, I wouldn't own the achievements, as leading a school and managing a school is not a one-man's job. It's a team effort. So what we as a team achieved in the 300 plus days that I have been with the team, there is much, especially the fact that I entered the journey during the pandemic. It was quite challenging. I had this great vision, and I was quite excited. Change of environment and all that. It was a great challenge for me. However, when I came, when I joined this great team, I actually realized it was not a walk in the park as it sounded or seemed like. So it is quite challenging, the fact that the pandemic hampered all our envisioned projects and all that, especially the parental involvement and all those things. So one of the most salient things that I can actually talk about is the interest of the Namibian child is at the core of my premise, or at the core of my operations. So the very first thing that I actually embarked on is to register the school with the National School Feeding Program. So we are actually officially registered as a feeding scheme. Wow. Yes, the school had an informal something previously whereby the teachers donated some food items, but we were not officially registered. So that is what we have started with. We also sourced a donation from Woolworth whereby every Tuesday they're actually giving us some food items that is used towards the feeding scheme. So that is the one thing, and the nutrition of the child. I don't know. Don't see them all. We have 1,200 something learners enrolled in our school. So I see them as my children. They are not learners because they are so close to me. That's the very first thing, the feeding scheme. And since we are moving towards the fourth industrial revolution and the AS curriculum that we are piloting and the new era, the artificial intelligence, these big terms that we are talking about, I've learned to know that this is quite a big, I never stepped my foot on the premises of Westside. So the day that I got appointed is the day that I came here. Back in the days, it was a school that we never really, not go there. But anyway, I've realized that we have a media center. We had some laptops that were donated years ago that were just stored, and we got some quotations and all that, and we have updated the software and set up the computer room whereby the learners can do more independent research, especially the AS curriculum, whereby the learners need to, the rationale of the syllabus is more about critical analysis, sourcing your own, doing independent research and all those things. So we set up a media center, an active, whereby learners can go in. We enhance or strengthen the internet connectivity. So those are actually the two most salient things that I can actually look back at. That was one of my main things that I can, but there were really also some other achievements, like, but those two are the most outstanding, if I have to put it that way.
So that's the most that you're proud of?
That I am proud of. At least I have tried, or not I have tried, we have tried, because I believe in teamwork, and I believe there is no way I can attain success taking all the, victory to myself, because without my team, I'll obviously not be able to achieve all these things.
Well, kudos to you and your team so far for the great work that you're doing. Now, a little birdie told me that now, finally, Westside High School has a school bus. So can you just walk us through that? How did you get the school bus?
Yes, that is also one of the achievements that I can talk about that I almost forgot. What I've learned to know, or what I've realized, or what I was informed, if I have to put it that way, is that the school was more than 10 years without transportation. So back in the days, like a decade ago, the parents started embarking on a fundraising initiative whereby they started raising some funds towards the transport and all that. So chairing the team, I went back in the profiles, and the school board also enlightened me that the money was actually raised for the school bus.
For the school bus, okay.
So in the investment account there was this X amount that was just enough for the 16-seater, and that is what we have. We saw some quotations. The school board was actively engaged in that, and that's how we procured a brand new minibus for the school.
Yay.
However, it is still not branded. It is still in the garage, and we have also armed the garage so that it is safely secured. We have insured it and all that, but we need to personalize it, and we are still currently busy with that activity project, if I have to put it that way. However, the finances, with government money, you cannot just spend left, right. So we are still sourcing. We are trying to get the parents on board so they can assist us, voluntary contributions whereby we can maybe have the branding expense covered and all that.
Right.
So that is, learners are really, really excited, the parents, and it's also a trust issue because it's more than 10 years. Parents were obviously waiting for, where is the bus that we have raised money for? So that is also one of the most salient things that I can actually add to my basket for 2021.
So now this school bus will be used for school excursions, or it just
mostly for school excursions. We wouldn't want to use it for daily operations like for post office, to the regional office, mostly for educational excursions. But the biggest challenge is, as I've put it already, or as I have already made my made my calculations. It's a 16-seater bus, and that is what we could afford to buy cash without, going into a debt. However, my greatest wish, if I have to put it that way, is for the school in the next 5 years at least to have 4 more minibuses for the same. So for the same amount, obviously, because this is a combined school. We are having our school is starting from pre-primary to grade 12 AS. Level. So a 16-seater bus will never cater for all our needs, especially when the pandemic, the surge will paralyze and everything will return to normal. Our learners need to enjoy their schooling career. There are so many codes under which not only educational excursions, sports, there are so many other things. And a 16-seater bus unfortunately will not be able to cater for all our needs. So with that, we started informing and getting the parents on board, getting parental involvement. We asked the parents humbly. We brought them on par with the current needs, and we asked humbly for voluntary parental contributions of $150 per learner, and they endorsed the idea. And the last of last month, like just from information sharing and transparency, and giving them the objective as to why we need the 150, at least the minimal contribution, we could at least get a 7,000 in 1 month from the parents. So it's all about having a clear objective and transparency. And that is what, and like the other day, I was just talking to one of my school board, and I was informing them, we actually have 1,200 learners plus. And if each child or if each learner can at least give us 150 per term for a year, then at least if all of them can give the 150, 300, obviously, we will get like what is 540 per year. So we can actually procure the next minibus by the end of 2022 if all the parents can just take shared accountability in making this dream a reality. Then we won't need to wait for another 10 years plus to procure next bus, and then every 12 years for the next cycle of 5 years we can have 5 buses that can be branded, and that can be our pride.
Definitely. So teamwork makes the dream work always.
Exactly.
So can you also just mention out of the school buses, what are still the major needs of the school?
If I have to quickly reflect on the needs, this is a fairly, I don't want to say old school, but the school has been in existence for more than 40 years. So obviously, being it a public school, the building would need major renovations. There are so many things that we really need, like electrification. The buildings, the roofs are leaking. The building itself is in a dilapidated stage. So there are so many needs. We need like a playground. The small ones, the little ones, the pre-primary, they need to learn through play. So we want an inviting environment, like a playground for the learners. We have a big field there at the back, whereby we would want sports, inter-house athletics. We can make use of our sports field. However, it needs servicing, or and all the maintenance, in order for us to give them to make something our own, to take pride in that. And there are so many landscaping. For instance, when you entered, you saw that the foyer or the reception area. I mean, we need to give it a corporate look. There are so many things. I like beautiful things, I like nice things, but the money is the problem. But there are so many, like windows are not opening, especially during the pandemic, whereby we need ventilation, cross ventilation. There are so many things which unfortunately cannot be catered for under the education grant that we receive from the ministry. So the only way how we can actually curb, or how we can actually get over the challenge of these is through getting all the stakeholders, all the partners in education on board, business people and all that.
So last but not least, what are you still looking forward to? What are you still planning for the school together with your team? Something exciting that maybe we can look forward to from Westside High?
My greatest wish is to be part of a professional learning community, to make the school a trophy school. When one day when I'm gonna cross over or transit to my next ordained purpose, I always believe in that phrase. When I'm gonna transit to my ordained purpose, I never know. I don't know, because God is in charge of everything. I would want to look back and reflect on a legacy that I'm going to leave behind. So I want a school or a professional learning community whereby learners will take ownership, accountability, whereby there will be shared, vision. We are moving towards that. It's not as if but it's little steps. And to eliminate all these learning difficulties and all these, I just want a joyous environment whereby parents will take pride, whereby we will actually be a trophy school. A trophy school means so much. A trophy is a golden something. It is something that is,
spectacular. Well, yes. Thank you so much, Miss Veneza Rheeder, for sitting with us and sharing your achievements, and it was really fun talking to you. So thank you for that.
Thank you also for the opportunity.
A return learner at Veneza High School. I am here today to outsource a very rare breed. This person who was my grade 5 teacher, and today I call my mother, took me out of the streets of Tutaleni and opened her doors with open arms for me. She fed me, clothed me, and made me her own. I would like to take this opportunity and thank her for all her love, support, and guidance she gave me through the past 5 years, and allow me to motivate all teachers seated here today to look at all learners in their classes with a deeper eye, to be able to identify learners who might be going through the same situation as I did. But luckily, the Lord who was and is still on my side placed me in my destiny helper's trust. And once again, I would like to thank you and wish you all a happy Teachers' Day.
Be a candle, be a light, be a twinkle, be an inspiration, be a great teacher forever.
Teachers are the lamp of the nation. A teacher is not only a person who serves the society in a religious manner. I salute all the teachers of the nations.
Teachers teach because they care. Teaching young ones is what they do best. It requires long hours, patience, and care.
A good teacher is a candle. It considers itself to light the way for others.
Teachers empathize with kids, respect them, and teachers empathize with kids and respect them. And believe that each one of them has
October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and with more than 3,780 breast cancer cases having been reported to the Cancer Association of Namibia in the last decade, breast cancer still remains the most prevalent form of cancer in our country. While 3,681 of these cancers were amongst Namibian women, 170 breast cancer cases were also reported in men. Yes, men get cancer too, and breast cancer as well. Namibia records an average of 3,740 new cancer cases per annum, and these span from non-invasive skin cancers to more aggressive life-threatening cancers, and infants get cancer as well. Women remain more likely to be diagnosed with cancer, not only globally but here in Namibia as well, and women continue to make up an average exceeding 54% of cancer cases in our country. Cervical cancer and breast cancer are jointly the most prevalent form of cancer in women, and they amount to an average of 600 cases per year, every year, for the last decade. Cancer remains on the rise, but early interventions and quality treatment support the survival rates. When we compare the Namibian age standardized rate, that's the ASR, to international and African trends, Namibia needs to place a lot more emphasis on breast and cervical cancer in addition to Kaposi sarcoma if we want to save the lives of our women. The current trends indicate that the population at risk, infection rate and mortality of especially Namibian women remain worrisome and need to be addressed. On the positive side, the Ministry of Health and Social Services have rolled out very effective screening programs specifically focused cervical cancer during the last 2 years, and together with CAN's outreach programs, the National Cancer Outreach Program, we focused extensively on breast and cervical cancer on a national level. So stronger preventative and earlier treatment is becoming a reality in our country, and that's how we're saving lives. The Cancer Association, my dear team, and I really encourage women over the age of 40 years to please go for their annual mammogram or breast sonar to detect abnormalities in the breast tissue or duct and to start with preventative curative treatment as early as possible. Especially women who were never pregnant, who experience late pregnancies, who have had several harsh hormonal changes should very closely monitor their breast and conduct self-breast examinations.
Good day everyone, welcome to the Pink Store. It's October month. We are selling the nice pink t-shirts and white t-shirts for $100. Also we've got key rings and the hats. The key rings are $50 each. The hats are $100. And we've got the buffs available as well. And the nice pink mask for $100. Please check out our Facebook page, or please come and pop in at the Cancer Association to place your order. Thank you.
Hi, hello, I am Darren van Wyk and I am the chairperson or head boy of Westside High School, and I am here to talk to you about study tips which I incorporate when studying and a lot of motivation that I have. First tip that I have for you, and which I incorporate almost every single day, before doing anything, pray. Prayer is the most important and most underrated tip that I can provide you. Let God take control of every situation and you will succeed. Tip number 2, and if you aren't a Christian, move to tip number 2. Put your phone away. Your phone is the biggest distraction there is. And do not ever study near your bed. If you see your bed, you will get tired. You will just, you won't feel the need to study. Study rather in the living room or in another place, but the environment must be conducive for learning. Let the motivation that I have is the Lord tells us that we must study until we can't anymore. Be that study until age 30. So rather study now, study all that you can, use at least use an hour every day to study, because one day you'll be thankful for all this hours that you put in, for all of the effort you put into your schoolwork. And we all know, not this exam wasn't the greatest, but it's far from the end. So incorporate the Lord in your studying, and always trust in yourself and trust in the Lord. I thank you.
Valve space expected with a maximum temperature of 19 degrees Celsius, a minimum of 12, and a maximum of 19 degrees Celsius for tomorrow. The wind is expected to blow in the southwest direction with a speed of 13 kilometers per hour. The sun rose today 23 minutes past 6 and will set 3 minutes past 7. Swakopmund is expected with a maximum temperature of 17 degrees Celsius, a minimum of 12, and a maximum of 17 degrees Celsius for tomorrow. The wind is expected to blow in the southwest direction with a speed of 11 kilometers per hour. The sun rose 23 minutes to 7 and will set 3 minutes past 7 today. Hanti space expected with a maximum temperature of 17 degrees Celsius, a minimum of 12, and a maximum of 17 degrees Celsius for tomorrow. The wind is expected to blow from the south direction with a speed of 13 kilometers per hour. The sun rose 21 minutes to 7 today and will set 3 minutes past 7. For Arandis, we expect a maximum temperature of 28 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 12 and a maximum of 28 degrees Celsius for tomorrow. The wind is expected to blow in the south-southwesterly direction with a speed of 11 kilometers per hour. The sun rose 24 minutes to 7 and will set 1 minute past 7. For Usakos, we expect a maximum temperature of 34 degrees Celsius, a minimum of 13, and a maximum of 35 degrees Celsius for tomorrow. The wind is expected to blow in the west-northwesterly direction with a speed of 11 kilometers per hour. The sun rose 27 minutes to 7 and will set 2 minutes to 7. For Karibab, we expect a maximum temperature of 33 degrees Celsius with a minimum of 13 and a maximum of 35 degrees Celsius for tomorrow. The wind is expected to blow in the west-northwesterly direction with a speed of 11 kilometers per hour. The sun rose today 28 minutes to 7 and will set 3 minutes to 7. For Omaruru, we expect a maximum temperature of 35 degrees Celsius, a minimum of 13, and a maximum of 36 degrees Celsius for tomorrow. The wind is expected to blow in the southeast direction with a speed of 8 kilometers per hour. The sun rose 28 minutes to 7 today and will set 4 minutes before 7. And that was it for today. We'll be back again tomorrow. For more stories for this week, you can visit www.erongo.com.na. I repeat, www.erongo.com.na. If you have any tips or news you want to share with us, please do contact us on 0811 7040. 0811 7040. From Micheline, myself, it's bye. See you again next time.